first of all, I'm very heartened that conservative, very frequently prosecutors go on to become Republican, like mayors or state senators or governors or things like that. And I think conservatives and prosecutors have historically, kind of had this buddy relationship. So I'm gratified that conservatives and ever people from all political stripes are coming to the realization that prosecutors are political actors. And sometimes political actors, like any politician, are going to do what you want them to, but their main priority is going to be their ambition. And if you are in the way of their ambition, they have no problem, if you're a kid, destroying you. And a good example of this, you and I are boomers and ancient. We're old enough to remember that when the Monica Lewinsky story first broke, she was 21, 22, this silly intern at the White House. She's the kid. All the news channels trotted out Clinton operatives, and they all said she's a stalker and she's got to screw loose. And if anyone, it's Bill Clinton, who should be scared, because this kid is stalking the president and she's out of her mind. And if it wasn't for that dress, that would still historically have been the case, that this kid, who was a threat to the presidency, would have had her life ruined and would have gone down in history as a deranged stalker of Bill Clinton. So it's someone's age, or doesn't matter who they are. If you stand in the way of the state and its edicts, they will have no qualms absolutely crushing you and then peeing on your grave.
Exactly. I mean, a true conservative should recognize the populist principle that any power you give to the state is power that will inevitably and inescapably be misused and abused against you. And that's why as much power to the individual as possible, and as limited a role of the state in general. And the problem is conventional conservatives has only been focused on that as it applied to private corporations,
Right.
whereas they needed to apply it more importantly to ordinary everyday individuals. And that's why this case is so critical. And the fact that normally a poor kid in this system would have been crushed. Kyle would have been jailed, would have been likely convicted, everything else, but for the public coming to his defense and people on the right starting to wake up to the problem of our criminal justice system and the problem of affording the state any amount of power in this area without limits, without controls, without discipline.